Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Rogio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne.
Good evening, everybody. It's another Tuesday night under the lights here atop the high atop the studios, the Speed Scene Live studios in beautiful downtown NoHo. And with us tonight, as always, is the lovely Diana Might.
Welcome.
Alongside her, keeping everything going, is Lucky Hudson.
Hey, great to be here.
On the boards, keeping everything in focus and with the proper volume, is Bruce Barker.
Oh, wait, you can't see the boards. I'm just pretending there's not really one at all.
Oh, yeah, it's all done smoke and mirrors.
That's right, smoke and mirrors.
You could be lip syncing that boy.
He could. Yeah, he's Milli Vanilli. Oh, we've got some great stuff for you tonight. Tonight, Nostalgia Superstocks. Here is what's going on with the group. The cool race cars, lots of action, and tons of wheel stands for you.
Hey, we're also going to talk with Charlene Bauer from Bauer Motorsports Media about her How to Get Sponsored webinar, upcoming races, and a lot of cool info from the world of off-road racing.
And we're going to find out what's going on with John Muldowney. Now, he's got a famous mom. Her name is Shirley. But he himself, he's getting ready to return back to the track with the Top Alcohol Funny Car.
That's going to be cool.
August 22nd through the 24th, ANRA, the American Nostalgia Racing Association Summer Nationals. That's going to be at the Auto Club Famosa Bakersfield Racetrack. And August 23rd, well, the Match Race Madness, and our very own Hot Rod Bob Beck, he's going to be out there announcing. That's going to be at the Barona track down there in beautiful San Diego.
Oh, that's so rocks. Hey, next week, just so you know, brace yourselves as we prepare for another one of those shows from the West Coast Funny Car Factory studios. Donnie and Dar return to the Speed Scene Live studios talking about Nostalgia Nitro. And also, Alex, the car girl, she's going to be in studio to talk about what's going on with her. I think that's a couple of weeks into the future. She's back right now, East Coast Racing, so she should have some good stuff to talk about, and more importantly, perhaps some fast stuff to talk about.
Oh, and Bob, you know, there was a brain fart there. Bob, speaking of gas and things to talk about, what do you have that you're going to share with us tonight?
Well, my gas went mile high as I went to high atop the peaks of Big Bear Mountain for a great car show with over 500 muscle cars, hot rods, and collectibles.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, you lucky man.
Yes. Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Hot Rod Bob Beck, and you've got gas here on Speed Scene Live, another Tuesday night. Well, just a week or so ago, I was up in beautiful Big Bear. This is a resort area in the Southern California area. It gets snow, it's got runs, it's got everything. And during the summer months, they have car shows just about every week up there.
You said it had the runs?
Well, the ski runs. The ski runs.
Okay.
Yeah, the other stuff,
You gotta define that a little bit,
Yes,
Bob.
it does.
Come on.
I was thinking, ski runs and didn't say ski, and it was skiing.
Okay.
But it's great up there. The weather is beautiful. Take about 10 degrees off what it is down in the L.A. area, and it is cool and comfortable, low humidity, lots of pine trees, and hundreds of cars. This year at the Big Bear Fun Run, there were over 500 cars lining the whole village area, as they call it, the downtown area of Big Bear.
What were you driving, Bob?
I had a 1936 Ford tow truck. Brought me by the people at AAA, and I actually led the parade of all 500 cars around the lake.
Wow.
It was great. Now, this is a great truck, you'll see, and this is one of the vehicles you'll see. This guy's a local, obviously. Four-wheel drive, a mid-50s Willys. I love this Buick. This was an amazing vehicle.
Look at that
I love
flame top.
flames, but that is a true 50s style car. It had French headlights, French taillights, tuck and roll, white vinyl interior. It was just an amazing machine. You can see the pine trees. They lined the whole area in the village where the cars were. And wherever there was a parking spot, that's where a car could go. So every parking spot in downtown. Now, I've always had a soft spot in my head for some of the Econolines, and this is an old Econoline pickup truck. I just love these things. They're just so unique. I had a couple of the vans, but I've always wanted one of the pickups, and this was a beautiful example of the pickup truck from the E-Van. They only produced them during the first generation of the Ford Econoline.
Man, well, I can sort of see. Yeah, it's weird but cool. It's one of those weird but cool vehicles.
Yeah.
I was up in Santa Barbara 2 days ago, and one of these just drove by in traffic, and it was like, oh man, I haven't seen one of those in
That's
forever.
cool. I mean, back in the day, in the early days of NHRA, when these came out, a lot of guys were going after the Dodge and the Fords to make them drag and wheel stand cars.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Now, Ron from Edelbrock brought up his axle car. This is an old Gasser-style 54 Chevy. He and Don cruised this thing everywhere, and this was there in all its glory, in its primer. He's getting ready to paint it, but every year it comes up, and it's a little bit better and a little bit more finished.
Ooh.
Now, I love this car. 1960 Chevys, those big wing thing cars are just amazing, and with the little flames on it, this car was cool. It sets right, it's down low, and it's got late model power to get it going.
I like those flames,
Oh, me too. It kind of looks like they took the paint job, they skinned it off of your Plymouth, and they just stretched it out and put it on the Impala.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful flame job. And, black and flames, that's just traditional hot rod.
Oh.
There's the truck I got to drive, 1936 tow truck. It's built Ford tough with a bunch of Chevy stuff. Got a Chevy small block and a Turbo 400 stuffed in between the wheels, and it cruised. I led the parade around the Big Bear Lake, which was about 500 cars. There we go, going around the lake.
Yeah.
You can see some of the cars. You can see the beautiful scenery.
That's so pretty up there, Bob.
It is amazing. Air's a little thin, but that's okay. We got a lot of exercise. But I'll tell you what, I led the parade. All the cars followed behind. It is an annual event there. They block off the streets and let the cars go. And these are all the cars that were in the show. And it was an amazing array of cars. It didn't matter whether it was an antique station wagon or a hot rod. Muscle car. It was there, entered in the show, and you saw so many different types of cars. Met a whole lot of nice people up there, as I always do. This is my 4th year at that show.
Now, were there classic cars or vintage cars? I know we were discussing
we were talking
this
about
earlier,
that.
Huh?
I guess there was a combination of both, because there were a couple of 20s and 30s vintage Packards and things of that nature. There's a vintage Nissan.
Yeah.
He snuck in line. So did that Mercedes. But the locals do have to get in there somehow.
Well, it is it's a road. It's a highway.
It is a road. It is a road. But there was tons of cars and hot rods and a lot of clubs. The club I belong to actually got club participation. We had about 30 members come up. And they caravanned up themselves on Friday. We partied Friday and Saturday and collected the trophy on Sunday.
Well, down here on the Flatlands, Bob, it's been kind of warm last few days. What was the weather like when you guys were doing this show?
The first night, we had to wear jackets. It was cool. It got up into the upper 70s, low 80s during the day. About 18% humidity. It was just beautiful. Man. And this parade stretched on for over an hour and a half.
Now, was this just last weekend?
Just last weekend,
Okay. I know somebody that was up in that area camping.
Yeah, we were up there. The week before that was the off-road event, and I was up there in June for the Corvette event as well. But these are great. There's a bunch of the guys from the club that I belong to in line going through there. You name it, it was there. Pink Cadillacs. Here's that Ford, or the Chevy we showed a little while ago.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and these people drive them. There's a very active club there. This is their 24th year of putting on this event. If you want to get away for a weekend sometime, going after the camera person. If you want to get away for a weekend sometime, check it out. This is always in August, the second weekend in August. And it's just an amazing show. They take up the whole, what they call the Big Bear Village area.
Bob, aren't there a bunch of great places to stay and great little restaurants and amazing scenic views all over?
Yeah, there are amazing restaurants there. There's a couple of Italian restaurants and a barbecue place that I got to go to Jasper's. That's the place. It's the barbecue place there. It is amazing food.
Well, what is this?
Reasonable. Like I said, everything was there. How about a military vehicle? They had a couple of restored old military tracks. There was a half track the guy was driving around the lake.
Wow. It must have, because some half tracks, isn't this true, they had metal treads? You wouldn't be able to do that on the road.
Yeah, this one had rubber treads, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But he still pounded the pavement as he was going around. I'll tell you what, it was just a great show. Great people. I met a lot of people there. Some people that watched the show came up and said hello, and it was just amazing. I ended up doing the AAA pick, the best car that represents Southern California.
Who won?
I don't remember.
It wasn't
These
this,
shows always roll together, but it was a
Really?
cool car. Yeah, I know it was cool.
Do you know
I
what
just don't
kind of car won?
remember. No.
Older
Was it
car.
a Ford?
Yeah, older car.
Was
But
It was a
it's
Chevy.
Classic.
It was a Chevy this year. The year before, I remember, it was a 34 Ford
Was
Woody.
it this car right here? Oh, wait,
Yeah,
where's the
no,
rest of the car?
The rest of the car's gone, yeah. You know, vintage Mustangs, you name it, it was there. Any type of car you can imagine, including some imports, including, a Mini Cooper. There was 2 or 3 Mini Coopers there.
Mini Cooper.
An Opel GT. And they were all beautifully restored or just plain gorgeous originals. That sedan delivery that just went by had about a 4-inch chop in the top. It was just a neat, the body work on that was amazing.
Man, when you chop the top of a panel or a station wagon,
that
you're
is
doing some
tough.
chopping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
How about some glass replacing, too?
Yeah.
yeah. Now,
That's
here's
how I
the
can always tell if it's a good job. Is there glass in it or not?
Yeah. Oh, I chopped the top. Oh, I want glass too. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, roll up windows and things like that.
Now, Bob, you were driving that. You were bragging about that Auto Club tow truck, and
Yes.
you were leading the parade as it went around the lake. Did anybody have to use their Auto Club card and
Yes.
get you to tow them?
No, I didn't tow them, but yes, they used their card. We had a couple of people on the first day that had broken down. One guy had locked his keys in the trunk, and the AAA came out and opened the door for him. Another guy had to get towed down. He blew his transmission pulling out of the lot to get into the parade.
No.
Yeah.
It
So-
made it all the way up the hill, and then he
all the
blew
way
it
up the hill
there.
and blew the tranny. So his 52 Mercury had to get towed back to Riverside.
Is that a Merco
100-mile tow. It was covered. So he went down the hill with it.
Here's my Auto Club card.
Yes.
And I've been a member for 29 years.
Wow.
I would never forget
Don't leave
to
home without
renew
it.
my Auto Club card. If
Yeah.
you're not a member, talk to Bob. Sign up now. He'll tell you where to go.
You
I
have
can
a
tell
special
where to go.
membership, don't you, Lucky? What's your membership? Isn't it like Premier?
Premier, yeah.
Yeah, it's got
200-mile
the
tow.
RV, the motorcycle. I got the whole deal.
whole-
you
yeah.
know.
I got to see what mine is. How many
Yeah.
years have I been a member? Let's see. 23. You got me. beat.
I got my dad bought me my first year Auto Club membership when I was 16, and I've kept it going ever
Wow.
since.
Nice.
But I was cleaning out the trunk of my car and I found the map pack they give you when you first get insurance. And I looked at the card. The guy is still my insurance agent today.
Wow.
But it was
Wow.
1972 when I first got insurance with AAA. And I took the map book into his office and I said, "Yep, here." He goes, "Where the heck did you find that?" Because he was working in Van Nuys at the time.
The map back, you're talking about a Thomas guide.
No, that was when they gave you a package of maps inside a
Yeah.
folio.
Well, of
and it had
local towns, or was it like...
all over the LA area.
Oh, cool.
And he
That was
had
before our
his business
time,
card in it.
Bruce.
Yeah, I
Back
guess
in the
so.
olden days.
What's that you say?
Maps, what are those? Hey, Bob, great segment. Looks great. You know, it's hot down here in SoCal right
Yep.
now, and that cool high altitude and the green trees. Man,
know.
that sure looks appealing.
I
right
think
there.
you're right. We just played an entire video that's for the tourism board of Big Bear, man.
Yes.
There's people
There
heading
you
up
go.
right now.
I'll tell you what, it's a great place.
Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we are going to talk with John Muldowney. We're going to find out what's going on with him. Also, we've got Nostalgia Superstalkers. We've got Charlene Bauer. We got a ton of stuff. Don't you dare go away.
For over half a century, Curry rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Curry lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Curry gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Curry expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Curry's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Curry Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like Correct Link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Curry rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at curryenterprises.com. everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's mandhtires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, mandhtires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you, slicks or DOT. M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online, mention the Speed Scene, and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. MNHTires.com.
Hi, my name is Damian Gardner, driver of the Scott Sales Alexander No. 4 Sprint Car. And when I'm not at the track, I'm watching Speed Scene live.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and theFote.com.
Let's get on with the show. What do you say, Dynamite?
Well, let's go to line 1. Can you lock that in for me?
Let's
there you
do
go,
it.
Bruce. And we'd like to welcome John Muldowney. John, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
John, it's great to have you on the show. I've had the pleasure to talk to you a little bit before, and you have got a history, a background. You grew up around drag racing, but now you're all grown up, you're on your own, and you have got a top alcohol funny car that you are putting together. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the car?
Sure. It's owned by Bob Thomas Racing here in Britain, Michigan, west of Detroit, about a half an hour. And we're gearing up to get out there. We started on it about 5 months ago. It's a car that's really been kind of sitting in the rafters for a while, and I've gone completely through it, updated it, and it's going to be quite a machine. We've nicknamed it the Monster. So I can't wait to unleash it on the competition.
Wow, what kind of drivetrain are you putting in that thing?
Well, it has a Brad Anderson block, Ken Vini heads, Vini manifold, Norm Drazy PSI blower, the biggest Enderley injector known to man. An elephant could crawl in and take a nap inside the thing. So we're looking at close to 4,000 horsepower.
Good.
Well, you got all good stuff in there, and it looks like Prolong is one of your sponsors. We saw that on the quarter panel of the body right there.
Yes, they are. John Apogee and Sherry Arfons are good friends of mine, and we're going with Prolong this year. They supplied us with a great product. I've used their product before. It's worked wonders for me in the past on the Shirley Muldowney car years ago, and I actually poured it in the dry sump tank today.
Nice.
So we're getting ready to go.
You see the Coke can stuffed in the cylinder head?
Yeah, now you were talking about how big the cylinders are, and then Bruce is going through some of the photos, and there was a photo where you had actually taken a Coke can and shoved it in the port for the intake runner.
Yeah, that's true. When I just got the heads back from Ken's about a week or so ago, I mess around with my Facebook pages and try some crazy stuff, and I put that in there. It's actually a Coca-Cola can. It says Legend printed on the side of it, and I got 300 emails within 24 hours from fans and friends all over the country. And it's like I say, it's going to be quite a piece. It's a special design Ken Vini head. combination with his compression and his manifold, and also he made a special camshaft for me through Crane cams.
Wow.
Now, I couldn't tell if that was the intake or the exhaust, but heck, I guess it didn't matter, huh?
At that point.
You need Coca-Cola sponsorship now that the Coke can fits. I mean,
really?
I've never seen anyone use a Coke can as a template.
Well,
that would be nice. I think they own the Mellow Yellow stuff, so NHRA's kind of got a lock on that. But it's all good. We'll drink some in Winter Circle for sure.
Pull it out, throw a Pepsi can in there, whatever it takes.
Yeah. Oh, that'll go over good.
We've got a great picture of one of your crew guys or maybe the car owner working on the block. Tell us about the people that are involved with the car and the build, and who's the team's going to be once the car's running.
Well, actually, it's just four of us. It's the owner, Bob Thomas. He's the owner-driver. And myself, I kind of run the show, and I put the whole car together. I have two crew guys, Steve Thompson and Thomas Gagne. They're local gentlemen. They're learning. They don't have years of experience, but they're very savvy. And all I have to do is show them once. And really, the four of us are gonna make the thing happen.
Well, now, Bruce has a picture of a wing on the front of a dragster, and the reason that picture is included is because this is something that you were involved with personally as a fabricator. And tell us a little bit about the story about this wing and what the story behind the scenes is.
Well, that was a wing on Shirley Muldowney 86 dragster, Swindle dragster. It was built by Al Swindle, the late Al Swindle. I actually designed that wing and front end. Long story short, they had a 30-inch rule from the center of the wheel to the tip, and we had kind of outgrown that with the wings. You could only make it so wide, and the wheels would hit as you turned. So we needed more downforce in the front as the rear wings got bigger and further back behind the rear end and so on and so forth. So I went to Steve Gibbs, who was the competition director for NHRA at that time, and got him to pass the rule to make it 40, from 30 inches to 40, and that put me out just far enough where I could go as wide as I wanted, and it actually paved the road for what they have today that go out a foot past the width of the wheels today.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Now, Bruce also had some really tasty-looking steaks and some food. What's the story on that? Is there you're going in the cooking business?
Well, I do cook. It's kind of a pastime hobby for me, and when I get tired of nuts and bolts, I'll go make some serious pasta or pork loin, or cedar smoked pork loin, or whatever. I try to make different stuff all the time. Sometimes I just get into salad. I've actually tried to lose a few pounds. I'm down about 12 pounds from a month ago, so I'm on a good run. And I got to watch. I can't get the driver too big. He won't be able to get in the car. We just got him a brand new Simpson fire suit, and it fits perfect. So I want it to stay that way.
Well, big part of drag racing, of course, is that barbecue or the dinner that you're going to serve after all the racing's done. And so I can imagine a person like you that has fabrication skills and can cook. Well, you'd be a real asset to a team.
Well, I try. I have a good time. I play my guitar too when I just get tired of working on car stuff. I'll sit by the campfire and strum the thing a little bit. But I do enjoy cooking, and the response from the pictures that I post on my Facebook page is overwhelming. People, they just want to know. They want the recipe. I may get into a recipe type thing where I can offer them online, or maybe seasoning like Dan Passerini does, rubs for ribs and chicken and so on and so forth, down the road. Right now I'm concentrating on this Top Alcohol Funny Car, and we'll definitely have some good burgers at the track. You're welcome to come by and join us.
Now, I appreciate that. What's the goal with the car? Are you just planning on doing some divisionals? You're going to hit the nationals? You're going to set the world on fire? What's the plan?
Well, we really don't have the brownie points, so to speak, to just pick any national event that we want to go to. We wanted to do Indy. Obviously, we're not ready. We don't have We're waiting on the blower, and the guys are working hard to get it done for me. We're going to have to go do a couple divisionals. We're looking at the Englishtown divisional the first week after Indy, which is a heck of a great place to race. The sea level there is about 100 feet below sea level, so we can definitely go there and run good. And then we're looking at the Reading, Pennsylvania divisional the week after their NHRA national event, and we could actually set a record there. My goal with this is to reset the ETN speed, which is a 548 at 268, I believe, or 268. It's Ace Manzo. I'd like to be the first car to go 270 in Top Alcohol Funny Car. I have all the ingredients to do that. Between Ken Vini and Norm Drazy at PSI and myself, I think we have what it takes to do it. I know my driver he's up to it. And I think if the conditions are right, the car is very capable of it.
Well, it sounds like you got a pretty big plan. You're ready to go. You got you basically grew up around drag racing, so you've got a lot of expertise, experience, connections. You know a lot of people. Aside from Prolong, do you have any companies that are involved with sponsoring the car?
Well, there's a lot of associate sponsors. We're working on some other stuff. But, I got it. My hat's off to Ken Vini and everyone at Vini Industries. Their entire staff has been wonderful to us. Norm Drazy at PSI, John Apogee, Prolong, Champion Spark Plugs, Federal Mogul, MSD, the people at S&W Race Cars give me, they supply me with components, fittings and such, tubing, so forth. Joel Tisber, I believe his name is on Facebook. He's going to do our hero cards. He's out west, and he does an excellent hero card. If anybody's in the market for that, and it's color both sides. The price is right, so he's definitely a guy to look for. D-Safety, AFT clutches, Simpson Safety, Good Vibrations, Enderby Injectors, Auto Meter, and of course Goodyear Tire. There's nothing like a Goodyear Tire. And last but not least, Bob Gilbertson at Trick Tank sent me 2 of the nicest air tanks you could ever imagine.
Wow, and now that you've been on Speed Scene Live, we're going to have to send you a couple stickers to throw on your car.
Ooh, they're good for a 10th.
Oh, I have plenty of room. So feel free to send them to me.
You're too kind.
Now I've got people sending me emails and questions, and a question that I've got from people watching the show is, you're not the driver, so what is your role? Are you the fabricator, the crew chief, the team captain? What's your role in all this?
All 3 of those combined.
Okay.
And my car owner, he's gonna drive the thing. I'm gonna make it go and make it as safe as you could ever want any car. He's spellbound with my safety consciousness on the thing. The car is phenomenal. It really is. Even though it's an older car and updated, the layout of it's fantastic. I've updated the cage. Has the best that money can buy on it. It'll be a very fast, very safe race car.
John, I think this is the only time in my whole life I will hear the phrase, he's spellbound with my safety consciousness. Well done. That's a great phrase. Bob, you were going to say.
Yeah, John, where are you based out of?
We're in Britain, Michigan, which is, it's probably 20 miles north of the Ohio border in southern Michigan. Hour and a half away from Norwalk Raceway, but we're down near Dundee, Michigan, and we're in a good location. We're out in the country. It's nice. It's quiet, and
until you fire up.
We had a rainstorm come through today. It was pretty bad, but a couple trees down. But other than that, it's pretty nice out here.
Are we going to see you here on the West Coast racing at all?
If I can get the funding to get out there, we will. Like I say, we have to get some runs under our belt and get some of those divisional points racked up, and then it's a whole new ball game. Then, I would have liked to go to Brainerd. Of course, that's a great place. I've won there before with the Muldowney car, and we'll be out of Vegas if we can do good at these 2 divisionals, Englishtown and Reading. I'd like to see if we can go to Las Vegas, and. I think we'll do very well there.
Well, now seat time is really important. Where or what has your driver driven before?
Well, he's been to the Frank Hawley School and driven Top Alcohol Funny Cars there. He's actually been there twice. I also has a couple other cars, a nostalgia front-engine dragster that really doesn't run it that much. He has a Super Comp Roadster, runs on methanol. It's a 790 car, about 170 miles per hour. That may be my little toy to play with here when, in the off time. We've just been so busy with the Top Alcohol Funny Car. But he's had another Alcohol Funny car a few years back, and he raced that and sold it, and then built this one. And his mom passed away, unfortunately, so he kind of parked the thing and really didn't have anybody to help him with it until we hooked up. And right now, I think we have something that's going to be very impressive.
Well, John, thanks a lot. We appreciate you calling in. How about a Facebook page or a website where people can get a hold of you?
You can go just on my name, Facebook, John Muldowney, and I post pictures every day. I change them twice a day, or at least once a day, and I update with as the car progresses, and whatever we're doing, you'll see it on there.
John, thanks so much for calling. It's great talking to you, and we'll be watching you, and we'll be seeing you guys going rounds out at the next national event soon.
Great. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for
Thank you.
calling.
Well, it's
bye-bye.
great to hear what's happening with John Muldowney. Now, let's shift gears. Let's take that car. Let's go off the pavement, out into the dirt, and let's start talking off-road with Charlene Bauer from Bauer Motorsports Media. Diana, might bring that young lady on.
Charlene, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hello. How's everybody doing today?
We're great.
We're doing great. How's your How to Get Sponsored webinar going along?
Oh my gosh, the racer marketing class has really hit a home run. We've done 4 classes now, got quite a few racers through it, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. So I can't ask for anything else. It was really great listening to John earlier too, because he's keying in on exactly what we're trying to help all the racers do, is make sure that they get pictures posted and talk about all their sponsors on the radio show. It's awesome. I love it.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Now, let's talk a little bit about we've got some great video from the, what is it called? The Rubicon Trail Foundation?
Yeah, this is the Rubicon Trail Foundation, the Cantina for the Con, and it happens once a year in August on Labor Day weekend, and everybody comes out and shows off their products as people go into the Rubicon. But really what it's doing is there is a huge raffle that's part of it, and all the money that goes into the raffle stays on the Rubicon Trail. So anybody from across the country is welcome to purchase raffle tickets, and then, we'll ship them out, compliments of the Rubicon Trail Foundation sponsors.
Now, these are the kind of off-road vehicles I can afford.
Yeah, right. Me too. I had to put my glasses on. I'm like, oh, what? Oh,
yeah, I'm looking at that. I go, gosh, he's driving over the other cars. Oh, no.
This event looks like a lot of fun. You've got music, you've got vendors displaying, you've got kids driving the RC cars. Well, not just kids, everybody. But it looks like everyone's having a great time out there.
Yeah, it's a great weekend event. It's kind of one of those events. It's a pass-through event, so people just come for the day, or they come for a little while, or they could be camping all the way down into the Rubicon Springs, and they wheel out, hang out, have some tacos, and then wheel back in.
Where is Rubicon?
So, yeah.
Where is Rubicon?
Oh, Rubicon Trail is between Lake Tahoe and Georgetown, California. So a lot of people kind of know where Tahoe is a little bit better, but you actually have to access this event and the trail from the Georgetown side.
But it's a historic trail, and Jeep even named their latest offering the Rubicon. Yep. Everybody, every off-roader dreams about taking their vehicle on the Rubicon Trail, and it's not just challenging and enjoyable, but it's got some breathtaking scenery as well.
And good food, I see.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm hungry again.
Now, Charlene, you were recently at the Torque short course. That's
yeah, I actually wasn't up there, but I wish I was.
The Sturgis deal.
It was the first ever, and I thought that was something we should definitely mention on the show tonight from the off-road perspective, because here's the first ever off-road event at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally.
Wow.
It's so cool. It's in the Buffalo Chip, and I don't know if you guys have been to Sturgis or not, but that's one of the, highfalutin places where they have a ton of concerts and a lot of activity for the week.
And a lot of people.
A ton of people. And now they have an off-road arena as well at the Buffalo Chip. So, however the conversation went, I'm really excited that Torque got there and that the racers were able to put on a show in front of a whole bunch of new eyeballs that probably have never seen that type of racing before.
So along with the motorcycle event, there's an off-road event?
Yeah, so it was a Tuesday night and Wednesday night program where they had the Torque short course racing.
Ooh.
Lucas Oil Racing and Torque are the same type where that's a short course. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's going to make that Sturgis event extremely huge.
Well, and what a great combination too, because a lot of the Harley guys are motorheads. They'll love watching the people off-road race. It's a perfect combination, and it's a great idea for whoever put this together. Really is going to help off-road racing become more mainstream.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Now tell us a little bit about Jason Voss in the Vegas to Reno race.
Holy cow, Jason Voss owned the Vegas to Reno race last weekend, or actually on Friday, I guess I should say. They qualified on Thursday. He qualified fastest. A local kid out of Northern California. And I shouldn't say kid because he's mid-20s now. And then on Saturday, Friday morning, there was a lot of concern about potentially being on that pole position and it not being a great spot to be with all the rain that had happened here in Vegas. But he just went and he did his thing and he stayed out front. Nobody ever came up to touch him.
Wow.
So he had no issues. Pits went perfectly and just made it straight through, no issue at all. So yeah, really proud of him and his accomplishment there.
Nice. It's great when somebody applies themselves, they work themselves up through the ranks, they work hard, and he gets the payoff. He gets to show up and be on the podium or in the winner's circle.
Yeah, definitely. And he's definitely been doing that quite a bit. You also showed some pictures there of another team, which is the Driven Experiences team. And just a little insight there. I'm not really sure how much I can say, but I saw the stickers on the side of the car, so I'll tell you that they are making a deal with the American Cancer Society and have a new motto called Driven to Fight Cancer.
Okay.
I am sure I will have some more exciting news about that in the upcoming shows, and hopefully we'll get them on to talk about it because it's a pretty cool program that I'm hearing about. And this is the first time I've seen the stickers on the car, so I get to actually say that, and then we'll dive into more details later.
You got a scoop, a developing story.
Yeah, it truly is. It's Chuck Dempsey on the left, and then Eric Jacobs is in the driver's seat, and they work out at Driven Experiences, which is in Colorado as part of Gateway Canyons. And you can actually go out to Gateway Canyons, drive a trophy truck, one of these, learn how to drive, and go out and about and around the track out there. And then if you want to go race Baja or something of those sorts, you can rent the truck and drive it, and the team will chase you.
Wow, you got my attention now. Their Cancer Society sponsorship and the fact that you can get behind the wheel of one of those.
Now,
nice.
How much would something like that run to do that?
It's a solid 6 figures. Let's just start there.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Well, it's cheaper than buying all the stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You hate to have that buyer's regret. I just bought an off-road team.
No.
Yeah, 6. Is there a decimal point in there?
Yeah. Hey, how about that dirt?
What you're getting out of that? Hold on one sec. What you're getting out of that is you're getting the experience of training. So you have like 3 or 4 days at Driven Experience in Colorado. And then it's probably attached to a Baja race. So then you go down to Baja. You have the full week of pre-running and everything. It goes along with that in a pre-runner before you even take the green flag in the actual race truck. There's a lot more than just, a half a day of racing.
And you could be a contender with all that training and seat time.
Oh, yeah.
And high quality equipment. You're not just somebody showing up to knock something off your bucket list. You could be a contender for placing in the race.
Yeah, quality
Absolutely.
equipment.
Nice. Hey, how about that Dirt Riot in Cortez? I heard there were over 70 entries.
70 entries. Now, this is a true testament to Dirt Riot. They're in their third year of their race series. This is a doubleheader race that you're watching right now in Cortez, Colorado. They have, 17, 15 events across the country is how many Dirt Riot puts on in 5 different series.
Wow.
So this particular race is the third race for the Mountain Series and the Southwest Series, which pulled in quite a few people and helped some people do double points for the national race. But yeah, I'm really, really excited for the number of people that showed up to that race, and it's really putting a great foot in for next year as well. So the winner was Chris Hoyt out of Colorado, and which is a perfect story for Dirt Riot because he came to his first Dirt Riot race, never, ever, ever racing before. He had just a car that he had been trail wheeling, and he wanted to start racing. Now after the third year, he's in the top of the category of Dirt Riot, but he's also now racing Ultra 4 and doing a great job there as well. So that's what Dirt Riot is. It's kind of that grassroots for these 4x4 endurance racing teams, so then when they do go into Ultra 4, they can be super successful.
Nice. So where are you going to be next? What events are coming up for you?
This weekend we have Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing and Ultra 4 at Miller Motorsports Park, so that should be pretty fun. Both of them, this is another first for them to be at the same place at the same time. Then we go to Cantina, it's the Rubicon Trail. Then, you guys, I'm headed down to Baja for a week to hang out with the bigwigs at BFG as they're showing us a brand new tire. I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but clearly it's a dirt-related tire. So we'll have more about that. Then I jump on a plane and go up to Oregon to Warren, where, again, they have new products that will be released at SEMA. But we're getting a little sneak peek on those. And then it's show season already. Can't believe it. The Sand Show, Off-Road Expo, SEMA, holy cow, and then Baja 1000. I think there's Christmas in there, too, somewhere.
Someplace in there, yeah. You going to be up at the SEMA show? Will you make it to SEMA's?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely will be at SEMA. We're there the whole week. And Tuesday night, I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, pretty cool. SCORE is doing qualifying this year for the Baja 1000 Tuesday night out at the Las Vegas Speedway.
Oh.
And that's really unique, very, very unique, that they're going to pull trucks out, go down there, race them, qualify them, and then the ones that come back for the show come back, and
All clean and
then the
spiffy?
very next week is the Baja 1000.
Nice. Well, Charlene, where can people go to find out more about you, your company, and, of course, your How to Get Sponsored webinar?
If you go to BauerMediaStore.com, that is the best. It kind of has all the different links to everything that we have going on, including Bauer Media, where we post all of our press releases, and the Racer Marketing School that will be launching another set of classes in about mid to end of September is the next schedule. I'm going to work on those tomorrow and see what my travel schedule looks like.
Nice. Well, we'll be talking to you next month. Charlene, thank you so much for calling in and talking to us. And we look forward to hearing from you each and every month right here on Speed Scene Live TV.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Now,
Bye.
Bruce, we've got a little clip here of some of the nostalgia super stalkers. How we doing?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to let it just run because we're
Okay.
going to. So, in other words, we've got some B-roll that's going to take us into this entire report and this entire interview,
my
and we'll kind of
favorite.
keep track on the time.
And we're gonna see some interviews. But Diana, why don't you bring our next interviewer on the air?
Well, let's go to line 1 for our next caller and welcome Rich Burlesk. Rich, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Thank you much. And how's everything in California, guys?
Sunshiny and beautiful, like always.
That sounds good. We had a little rain in the morning, but we're sunshiny and 81 this afternoon. So
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Heartland, Wisconsin, which is about 25 miles west of Milwaukee.
Well, I heard a little accent there. I was just wondering what kind it was.
Yeah, they say we roll our R's or something like that. I don't know. That's what everybody tells me.
Well, Rich, we're going to talk to you about the Nostalgia Super Stocks. But before we do, let's get a chance to talk to Larry Brennan. He is the starter for your group, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the group and how the people are and what the format is. And then we're going to play a little interview with you, and then we'll come back and we'll talk to you a little bit about Nostalgia Superstock. And I got to tell you, I'm a huge fan of this type of racing. So let's let the let's let the DVD speak for itself, and we're going to get a chance to talk with Larry Brennan.
My name's Larry Brennan. I run the starting line for the Nostalgia Superstocks here at Union Grove and other places also. I've been working with these guys for about 5 years. It's like a family environment with these guys. We have a really good time going out here. Got guys running from 1180 all the way down to 870s. Every once in a while we get an 860. Really good group of guys. We go out, we have a good time, and really enjoy coming up here to Union Grove. It's a good show for everybody, and I hope everybody here enjoys this show.
Hi, I'm Rich Burles. I'm with the Nostalgia Superstocks. Heartland, Wisconsin. I run the Asphalt Angel here. Good old girl. The fastest I've run is a 951 at 140 miles an hour. And been with the group about a dozen years now. And currently the vice president of the organization, and out here to have a good time and put on a good show for the fine folks of Wisconsin. Thank you.
Well, Rich, you said it right there in the last sentence. You guys have a good time and put on a great show for the crowds.
Yes, we enjoy mingling with the people. The fans are great wherever we go, primarily in the Midwest. And we go as far east as Norwalk, Ohio. We've been there several times through our years. And we go to our western portion would be Cameron, Missouri, which is a US 36 track. It's a small track out in the middle of the country, and the folks really love us out there, and it's just such a great time to, like I say, to mingle with the people and sign autographs and have people enjoy these cars that, we're putting out there, all these 60 type cars, as we call them, they're legends of the past.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see how some of these cars look, I mean, they're kind of looking like from back in the day when we were younger. My first time, I had a Max Wedge car, and that was back in 1966. And I raced it at our legendary Great Lakes Dragway, Union Grove, Wisconsin, which is my home track. And we have a very, very good following at that facility also. We show there 3 times a year, and just have a great time with, what we're doing, and we just love putting on these performances for people, either some of the cars going fast or pulling our wheelies. And
well, let's talk.
I'll tell you, we had some pretty good ones.
Hold on a second. Let's talk to Len Grimsley here.
There you go.
Grimsley, driver and owner of the 64 Plymouth Wagon Fire and Faith. Car is a 1964 Plymouth with a Max Wedge motor in it. Been driving it since about 1995. Best ET in mile an hour is 9:15, about 149. We're a 2-car team with Keeping the Faith car. We been part of the Nostalgia Superstock Association for the better part of 20 years. So have a lot of fun out here, and great group of guys, always a fun event. And look forward to today's races.
I'm Paul Habura. I'm the driver of this car, the Keeping the Faith car. I've been driving this car since 2002. I work for Len Grimsley. Senior owns this car. That's Junior's car next to us. But the best time we've had with this car was 8:48 at 158 miles an hour. Hope we can get into the 840s again this week. So, yeah, this group of guys we have a lot of fun with. We'll always look forward to racing with them. They put a nice spread on Saturday night too. But yeah, we have a lot of fun with them.
You know, Rich, one of the things I love, besides the fact that these are great cars and huge wheel stands, is I love all the cool names you have, like your car, Asphalt Angel, Fire and Faith, and these are great cars. I love it, and I'm sure people love them too.
Yes, we get a lot of compliments on how we've named the cars, and I've got a member that's changing the name of his car for next year, and coming up with a lot of suggestions for him, and it's just kind of it's kind of fun. Some of them are musical titles, like we've got a Hard Day's Night out there on a red Plymouth, and it's probably in the video. And
didn't they used to do this in the 60s and 70s all the time? Didn't every car have a cool name?
Yeah, I and if you look back at a lot of old pictures and stuff, I mean, like Motown Missile and things like this. I mean, yeah, there was so many cool names that, I picked mine, the Asphalt Angel, because we painted the car white, and it was so pure looking. I said, this thing looks like an angel. So, my racing partner is the Asphalt Elephant. That car has been the Asphalt Elephant for, I think, since back in the early 90s. And so I said, well, I'll just put an Asphalt in front of mine.
There you go.
So
now,
instead of just Angel, it's Asphalt Angel.
One of the things I'm noticing is the majority of the cars that are coming up and that we're seeing photos of are Mopars.
We have a lot of Mopars in the group, but we're starting to pick up more out of like 32 members right now. I think I'm up to like 8 Pontiacs.
Wow.
So we're starting, as you could see on the video, there were several Pontiacs, and I think I have 4 Tempests alone, which, them things are rare in themselves, especially out on the racetracks. And I've got 2 Tempests in the group that are actually running in the sub-9 second area.
Isn't one of these cars a Ford Thunderbolt?
Yeah, I saw the Thunderbolt come up.
I was going to say, Rich, do you have something against Chevys? I mean,
No,
I'm a Chevy
there
girl.
should be.
Come on.
I do have, currently I've got 3 409 Chevys, and they're all stick shift cars.
Mm-hmm.
No, 2 of them are stick shift cars. I take that back. And I have a 4th 409 Chevy waiting in the wings to join our organization.
Mm-hmm.
Right, now, do you run a bracket or do you run index?
Oh, there you go. What's that?
We don't. We just run heads up match racing.
Oh, really?
Period.
Wow.
Every car's a winner.
Yeah, I mean, this is balls out to the wall. First one to the finish line wins. And we do it on a 4/10 Pro tree.
Really?
Yeah, and that's the only way we like to do it. And we pair up the cars anywhere from from the guys that are in the 850s, which are a couple, all the way up to our slowest cars will run in the high 11s. And we have pairs all the way up all the way up the scale, so we put on a good show. And what we do for the fans is we usually send the slower cars out first, and then we build them up the drama into the faster cars.
Nice, good idea. I like that.
Yeah, and it gets the people really, really, if you watch them in the stands, which I have already from, when my car was down or something, I watch fan reaction, and the people just go wild.
850 is a pretty darn fast car for a big, heavy muscle car like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking some of the motors in our organization. The guys they're putting out 1,125 horsepower in that area, and we're doing it no power adders, no nitrous or nothing like that. We're doing it on 2 4-barrels, and the four barrels have to be 800 CFM or smaller, and just on racing fuel, and we do it on get this, we do this on 10.5-inch tires.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? I'm going to stop you for a second because you got a couple racers, both named Dan, and let's let Dan talk to us, and Dan, and tell us both about their cars and what it is they like about racing with the Nostalgia Superstock Inc.
Cool.
Dan Raditsky. I have the car, the Home Wrecker, 63 Bel Air, 409, 4-speed. It's been it's been the Home Wrecker since '63. We've had it about 20 years now, and we've been with the Nostalgia Superstockers. This is our first official year. We ran with them last year, just kind of a trial, and so yeah, we're just looking to come out and make some runs, and everyone loves the car and bang all the gears and have fun. You know, it's always been a drag car. Original interior is still in it. All steel, 3,900 pounds. So it's just a lot of fun. You know, and enjoy running with the group. Everyone's real friendly and nice. And, you know, what more can you say?
Howdy, Dan Manis is here. I'm from West Dallas, Wisconsin. I'm running with the Nostalgia Superstocks. This is my Ford 1963 Thunderbolt. I've been with these guys about 3 years, and we have a lot of fun. It's the original car with the original engine in it. The only thing that's not original is me and my hair color.
Nice.
You know, Rich, you got some great cars there, and I like what they say about a bunch of nice people.
Yeah.
We really enjoy spending the day or the weekend with all the other racers. You guys have a good crowd out there, huh?
Yes. Usually Union Grove, they pull in some pretty good spectator counts for watching. Like we have one coming up on Labor Day weekend. They call it the Time Machine Nationals. And again, that's at Great Lakes Dragway, Union Grove, Wisconsin. The track has been there since 1955. You know, been around a long time, and if you ever heard of Broadway Bob, this was his home track. He owned it, and it's a great place for us to go because, like I say, a nostalgia weekend is right where we fit in, and they'll bring in some nostalgia dragsters, some nostalgia funny cars, gassers, nostalgia pro stocks, and us, of course. And it's one heck of a show, and the people really get into it, and I'm just itching to go a week and a half from now. But we got 2 events that we have to do before that. One in Osborne, Missouri this Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon we're in Pacific Junction, Iowa.
Wow. Rich, do you have some sponsors that are helping you out? Some people that are sponsoring your events and so forth? You want to give some plugs out to them?
Yeah, we have I have a bunch of sponsors, a lot of smaller ones that really help us out. We have North Suburban Auto Supply out of Evanston, Illinois. We got Strange Engineering. We got Prairie Land Development out of Springfield, Illinois. Almost NOS Car Parts, which I'm part of, Heartland, Wisconsin. RB Restorations, that's my business from Heartland, Wisconsin. Kilpatrick Engine and Transmission from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Watertown Auto Body, Watertown, Wisconsin. Grinwald Ford, Watertown, Wisconsin. Rush Performance Transmissions, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Top Notch Vehicles, Jefferson, Wisconsin. S&M Shop, Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. And we're also sponsored by Nostalgia Drag World online magazine, which you can find us on their site. We do monthly articles on some of the very cars that you have seen on the video. We do one driver profile every month with, still pictures, and write up on each and every driver, the history of the car, all kind of good stuff. So you get to find out all the skinny on all of us, and it's pretty cool.
What's the rule on the engines? Do they have to be the same manufacturer as the car body?
Yeah, if it's a Chevy, it's the Chevys that we're running are 409s. We do have one 65 Chevelle that they ran in Superstocks back then. Right. That one's got the 427 type motor. The Fords would have like the FEs. We do have one Ford 63.5 that runs a 460. The Mopars are all either max wedge or Hemis.
Cool.
And engine size, we don't have a rule on cubic inches. You can go, wherever you want. I know a couple of the Mopars are running like 605.
Wow.
Well, Rich, it's been great talking to you. We're up at the top of the hour here, and we want to thank you for calling in. And I think the Nostalgia Superstock Inc. is a cool deal. I can't wait to see more stuff, and I hope to be at a track someday and watch you and your Asphalt Angel make a pass.
Well, Lucky, it's good talking to you guys, and I am going to see you out at New Hampshire.
Oh, good. I'll look forward to it.
Stop by and say hello. I'll be there too.
Okay, great, because just look up, we're going to be out there with my racing partner's Altered Wheelbase 65 Dodge. It's called My Gold Digger.
Well, great.
Nice. I love it.
Stop by the Curry Racing rear end booth. We'll be in the Midway. Just come on by and say hi.
You can't
We
miss
will
us. We'll
certainly do
have
that.
Curry rear ends. We'll have Hedman headers. We'll have Aeromotive fuel systems. We're going to have it all laid out. We're going to have this good-looking 66 Chevy Nova.
A big red Chevrolet car, yes.
Yeah, but we love them all, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We
Nostalgia. We love it all.
We'll
That's
talk
right.
to you later, Rich. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bruce,
Bye-bye.
I know we're out of time. Is there any way we could squeeze Santos in? Because this weekend is the Match Race Madness, and I know that Hot Rod Bob Beck will be in the tower.
I will.
Steve Sherman will be down there racing. We're going to have all these guys. This is it. This Saturday, head on down to Ramona.
How about Barona?
Barona.
Don't
He
get
just
those
said
two.
He
Don't go
said
to Ramona.
Ramona because I went there this weekend. I was saying, my goodness, what a wonderful town it is. And I kept mixing Barona and but
What-
you
what
guys,
about
two places,
yes,
yeah.
you
What about
guys go to-
Corona?
Yeah, well, there's Pomona, too. That's where I thought I was
Oh,
going.
so
But
many
you
Monas.
guys make sure you go to Barona.
Barona, yeah.
Well,
That's a
let's-
familiar-looking car right
Oh,
here.
This-
you got to watch this car.
This is a great car. Let's talk to Santos and find out a little bit about him and his turbo car, because there's all kinds of cars at Barona.
Hi, my name's Sonia
Hi, Sonia. My name is Santos.
Santos.
Sí.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me, where are you from?
Well, I am from Puerto Rico, but I've been living in California for 30 years, so I say that I am from Hatton, California, but I'm born in Puerto Rico and raised in Puerto Rico.
Oh, so your heart's in Puerto Rico, but you're here in California.
Yes, Puerto Rico in the house.
Okay. Tell me about your engine.
Well, my car is a 1983 Toyota Corolla. The engine is a 2000 2RC Toyota Tacoma motor. It's making around 900 horsepower, 950. We don't know exactly, but that's the motor that recently we've been using, and it's very, very good motor for drag racing. It have done very, very good results with that motor.
Okay. All right. Well, have fun. Enjoy your race, and I
you.
hope to see you soon again.
Well, God is there, so He's gonna let you see me again.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're here with Santos Turbo, continuing with the race.
There you go. Santos rocking the house. And, believe it or not, he's one of the fastest cars on the track. Great car, great racer, racing a very fast Volkswagen. So here's your chance. This Saturday, go on down to Barona Drag Strip.
Wow. Look at that little car burnout.
I know,
man.
that is
Holy
impressive.
cow.
That is a 5-second car.
That's
Really?
why.
A little Toyota?
Yes.
Holy cow.
And I like how the Volkswagen says hater maker on the roof.
Yeah.
Don't be a hater.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll be back next week. Donnie and Dar live in studio. Alex the Car Girl coming up, and all sorts of cool stuff. Hot Rod Bob Beck will be in charge of the show.
Yes.
You guys tune in.
Nice. Hey, coming up next, of course, the encore presentation of the show you're watching right now. It's, we'll stick the tail to the head, and it's one of those weird snakes that eats itself. Ooh. I don't know where I was going with that.
That was sick.
Hot Rod Bob, good to see you again.
Nice to see you guys.
All right, and Lucky, hey, we'll see you in a couple, 3 weeks, you guys.
Thereabouts.
Man, it's the
That a
Speed
month?
Scene Live World Tour Take 2 for 2014. All right, yes, the encore show comes next. Thanks for joining us. We're back 1 week from right now, right here at Speed Scene Live.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends and M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFoe.com.